Governor Roy Cooper is facing mounting pressure to open up more businesses across the state. A grassroots protest that started more than a month ago now includes everyone from lawmakers to pastors to now the President of the United States. Bill O'Neill has more from Greensboro.
The governor has juggled public health and the economy from the very beginning. Now we're seeing pressure over the politics of the pandemic play a bigger role. President Trump is the latest to pressure Governor Cooper, giving him 1 week to lift his stay-at-home order or risk losing the Republican National Convention scheduled for Charlotte in late August.
We have to know that when the people come down, they're going to have the doors open. Now, if the governor can't tell us very soon, unfortunately, we'll have no choice. This has nothing to do with us. This is between the governor and North Carolina, and the people of North Carolina.
The governor responded to the president's threat during his COVID news conference.
I'm not surprised by anything that I see on Twitter. I will say that it's okay for political conventions to be political, but pandemic response cannot be.
Triad Congressman Mark Walker also attacked Governor Cooper's position, issuing a statement, quote, with his delay in regards to the Republican National Convention in Charlotte. Governor Cooper is showcasing yet another example of allowing North Carolinians to suffer to his apparent political agenda, even at the cost of millions of dollars to the Tar Heel state. The governor has also taken heat from state lawmakers, pastors, and from protesters with the group Reopen North Carolina.
We're definitely not finished. We're not going to stop until North Carolina is 100% restored to pre-COVID times.
High Point University political scientist Martin Keifer says the kind of discourse we're seeing, especially between elected leaders, is exactly what the Founding Fathers imagined when they created the Constitution.
The people who wrote those documents were thinking about exactly these kinds of situations where the final public policy is some outcome of the interaction between all these different actors who ultimately are supposed to be responsible and responsive to us.
Keifer says add the pandemic to an election year already featuring competitive races for president, U.S. Senate, and governor in North Carolina makes public opinion hard to ignore.
All of those considerations are things that make our representatives listen even more closely to us.
Martin Keifer says the president's comments about the GOP convention certainly reverberated across the state. The governor says that convention's 3 months away, no telling what the pandemic in North Carolina will be like by then. In Greensboro, Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.